2015. Shalom Cohen is Outbrain's Ops on Call. He's just getting home when his phone rings. It's a PagerDuty alert. There's a latency issue in the Chicago data center. He acts it. When he gets home in a couple of minutes, he'll handle it. But then his phone rings again and again. Something is not right. 18 hours and many tired engineers later, we've just recovered from having lost our Chicago data center. In the take-in that follows, we recognized that a single network cable that was mistakenly connected to the wrong switch caused a broadcast storm once new nodes were connected to that switch. In the analysis, we recognized the problem with how we communicate with our remote hands, but we also recognize the problem in our architecture that both failed to mitigate and detect those problems. 2 months later, we're attending DevOps days. We're walking around asking pretty much everyone the same question. How do you manage your network? We're looking for some insights from our peers, something that is better than expect script, something that's better than the dreaded copy-paste that everybody's using. We're getting some ideas, some traction, but nothing that's composable, nothing that's testable, nothing that is infrastructure as code. Everybody's in the cloud anyway, and in the cloud, everybody's in the cloud anyway, and physical hardware is just not interesting anymore. 8 months later, I find myself in Sacramento, a city that makes Haifa look like Vegas. I'm in a fancy data center, complete with iris scanners and climbing walls, and I find myself wondering, do they have insurance for that? And wouldn't it be better if they invest in a better dishwasher in their kitchen? But then the guys flip on the power to the network, and I forget all about that. You see, it's been 6 months since we started working on our next generation LAN architecture, one that is fully automated, from provisioning through config and up to monitoring. Having chosen Cumulus as our switch operating system vendor, we were now running Cumulus Linux on our switches, which was Dell hardware similar to the hardware that we're running on our servers. We were using Chef to configure the nodes, Prometheus to monitor them, and we even simulated a full-blown data center using Vagrant to both develop and test our implementation. But that's not all. We've also read Radia Perlman's papers and Facebook's RFCs, and we figured we not only have a solution to our management needs, but also a better way to scale. It's called a Clos Fabric, and in this network, everything is running BGP. Everything is a router, from the host through the switches and up to the firewalls. It actually makes the network simpler because it gets rid of all the layer 2 proprietary stuff, given you've solved 2 issues. One is management, and the other is cabling. Now, for management, we already have Chef and Prometheus and all that stuff, which leaves us with roughly 1,500 cables that need to be very, very accurately connected. How hard could that be, right? Back at the DC, we're just working out all the quirks of moving from VMs to physical hardware. Fun things like inconsistent naming convention for our switches. Thank you, Dell. But it's just a couple of days, and we're done. We're running sanity checks, pings, meet pongs, failovers, meet failbacks. We even stream some content around and watch the network reconverge once we kill the link without as much as a single lost packet. Even Console, who's highly network opinionated, is awfully silent, like a Polish mother who has nothing to say about your new girlfriend. And that's when it happens. We flip on monitoring, and immediately an alert fires. It's cabinet B6, leaf 2, port 16, breakout 3. The system has detected and routed around a faulty cable. A single network cable out of over 1,500 is bad, and we caught it. Thank you.